Yes, sorry. Oh my lord, did I put that in a coffee? No, I didn't. Good. It was an empty cup.
Oh, shoot.
Alright. Right, looks like we're up. We should be able to up on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and LinkedIn.
Wow. All at the same time.
What I didn't, yes, that's what Restream was doing for me. What I didn't do last night is there were some people chatting on Facebook.
I was one of them.
Yeah, and I only saw your chat. I didn't see anything else, and then afterwards I saw other people had put some stuff up on Facebook. So how am I looking? I've picked a really bad T-shirt. So it's clashing with the green screen. Mud Masters.
Have you ever done that?
Is that the swimming in mud?
No, it's this was I think it was 12 or 15 kilometers. I think it was a 12-kilometer run through. It's an obstacle run, and you go through mud and fields and everything through the water, and it's a lot of fun. But I couldn't walk for a week.
Well, it sounds like a lot of effort. Let's see if I can log on to Facebook before we start this properly. In fact, before we get, what are you drinking?
This is a Belgian beer.
So where are you? So we can get levels and stuff. Where are you at the moment?
Where am I? I am in my office in the Netherlands, in Zoetermeer, which is where I live. And enjoying life.
So I have this thing where I'll try a password in something like the Facebooks or whatever, and then I'll go, oh, it's wrong. I mustn't. I've set it to be something else. And then I'll try the other password, and then I'll try another password, and then I'll go back to the original password I tried the first time, and then it will magically work.
Yeah. I always use LastPass. It's a password manager. I don't use passwords anymore.
No, I'm still old school, and
my passwords are unbreakable. It will take you a couple quadrillion years to crack mine.
Yeah, so are mine.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
With password, clear. No, I mean password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Clearly. So, welcome, Is that right, Sander?
It's.
How would you pronounce that?
Misspelled my last name. It's not an N, it's a D at the end.
Did I? So we start again.
Right. Yeah, that's the right one.
And we need to clap a board so we can sync sound and vision. Which, there we go. And we're live on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, LinkedIn, and
nice.
Welcome to Geeks on Screens with Coffee. In fact, I got that wrong the other day. I was trying to Google it, and I was doing Geeks on Screen. It seemed like a good idea at the time. So, how are you? I haven't seen you for, since
a couple months.
It's longer than that, isn't it? It was Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah, it was Data Scotland, which was, when was Data Scotland? Was that in like last year, or I'm not sure. Yeah. So much has happened.
Oh no, it was this year.
Yeah, I think it was in February, right?
Two people, two geeks with screens and the power of Google. Bing, ask Jeeves.
Yeah, Data Scotland was. Where was that?
Friday the 18th of September.
Wow, is it that long? Wow.
For some reason, I thought it was.
It wasn't the Sequel Saturday Scotland then.
Oh, maybe it was Sequel Saturday in Edinburgh. Was it Sequel Saturday? It was Sequel Saturday in Edinburgh.
Yeah, that was it. That was February. Yep, February 1st.
And that's where we bumped into each other at the airport.
Yep, with Rob and Andre and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, how many people can you bump in? I mean, all arriving at the same time, or flying out at the same time, because we were all flying out of Schiphol at the same time.
I saw you at Amsterdam at that point.
Yeah, I was visiting some customers.
Yeah,
and it kind of it was one of those long weeks where I'd been in multiple countries. Yeah, it was a silly thing to do. Fly to multiple countries and then do a Sequel Saturday at the end. No, probably not a great one. So, how are you doing? How's your family? How's the virus affecting you guys?
So, the family is doing very well. I was sick a month ago, which I think was the coronavirus, but it was gone in like 2 days. So I had a high fever and it was gone in 2 days or something like that. So I may have had it, not sure. My wife had the same thing. We don't know because there are not enough tests around to do any testing. So
yeah,
and they're not testing everybody. But the family's fine. Does it affect us? Yeah, kind of, because the kids don't go to school. So my patience level has gone down quite a bit. So I tend to lose my patience a lot faster than normal because, they're with you like 24/7 at the moment. And that's just...
How old are they?
The eldest one is almost 6.
Oh, okay.
Then I have one that's 3, and the youngest one is about 11 months.
All right. So the youngest one still quite portable. You throw them around a bit. Not obviously literally.
Yeah. I ran out of duct tape, but it doesn't.
I had when ours were younger, which was a long time ago. I had a baby Bjorn carrier. So it'd be like just shove her in there and just go off and do what you need to do, cook, flambeing some vegetables, doing the washing up, doing some arc welding,
Yeah.
You don't realise probably till I guess we didn't realise till a second how kind of portable and easy they are when they're really small, because you're always waiting for them to get to the next level, essentially. Start to walk, start to crawl, start to walk, start to talk, and then you don't really go, they're not going anywhere. Just strap them to you, get on, do some things, and
Yeah. The thing is, so the youngest one asks a lot of attention now. So she wants a lot of attention, and then the eldest one needs to do her schoolwork because you have to, take. Because they have to do this stuff too. And then the middle one wants some attention too, but you cannot do everything at once. So sometimes it's a struggle. But
no, well, you got to multitask, and no one's going to win all the time. So, there's no such thing as a weekend anymore, I guess.
Nope.
No. But you, what do you do for your kind of day job? You work were you working in an office, or were you a consultant before that? Were you on customer sites?
I work for a company in the US, in the United States, so I work from home all the time.
Okay.
So I'm kind of used to this. But yeah, I start my traffic jam is the way up to the to my office, and then I'm at work.
So that's not really changed for you. But obviously
No.
now you've got a whole level of distractions now in the house.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm on the 3rd floor, so and everybody's downstairs, so
So
I can just close the door and concentrate. Fortunately, not everybody has that.
So, someone asked me to ask you a question. Bit of a surprise. It was about what was it? It was. Let me see. A man scrolling. It was Mr. Simon Whiteley. Was
Simon.
He said you're a big fan of PowerShell. So why have you not switched to Bash like the cool kids?
Why have I not switched to Bash?
Do you not like the SQL subsystem on Linux? I love it. I mean, I haven't used it in kind of like because I don't do it as my day job anymore. But I used to have loved it. It's really good.
I've installed it and I've used it.
So
I'm not sure why I know how to write Bash, and I know how to do those kind of things. But I think PowerShell is good for a lot of automation, and writing modules in PowerShell is quite easy. I haven't seen anybody write modules in Bash yet, so.
So could you not use the open platform, whatever the PowerShell that runs on multiple platforms, then run that on Bash?
Sure.
And then
you can use PowerShell 7, or which runs on .NET Core.
Yeah,
run it on Linux and everything. So
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
And I can do a lot of cool and sophisticated things with PowerShell in Linux, which cannot be done in Bash.
Oh well, okay. Well, like what? I mean, I'm
there are some formatting, retrieving of results in certain formats and stuff. I don't have a clear example. I can look it up. But I can do some cool things in Linux with PowerShell.
So before we started talking, I'm going to ask you a couple of the standard questions. And I'm going to surprise you with them. So I'm going to throw them in there. These are questions everybody gets asked. But before we were talking, you mentioned that you were using Twitch for streaming.
Yeah.
Now, this is my first kind of my first dabble in streaming. So I'm using Restream.io. So I was pushing to YouTube, and now I'm using Restream.io to go to, and that pushes to YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. It would go to Twitch, but I've lost my login. That's a loser error. But how do you do it, and what do you use it for?
I use Streamlab OBS, which kinda is the cool kit based on OBS itself. So you've got.
I'm just changing frames in scenes in OBS, so now you're the only person talking. Sorry.
So, and it kind of hooks up with a lot of things, including Twitch. So you can just connect to Twitch right away, which makes it really easy to stream.
So you push up to Twitch, and then from there, what do you then post back onto YouTube?
If I want, I can just push it to YouTube or any other channel I want. I can download the video and do other stuff with it. One thing I did was stream a live installation of SQL Sentry, the monitoring tool.
Yeah.
And how a complete noob would install SQL Sentry, and we kind of found some really cool flaws in their installation, which so I told them I never installed this product. Do you want me to do this live on Twitch? So they told me, yeah, do it. So apparently the entire development team was watching how I tried to install
No pressure.
SQL Sentry, which was fun. And I do some live coding for open source PowerShell modules and stuff.
Okay, all right. So do you find you get much traction off that, or is that just purely for fun, for your own personal gratification?
So I'm a big advocate of the rubber duck. Do you know the rubber duck story? So if I have a problem with doing any kind of coding, and I cannot fix the problem, I have to tell myself out loud what the problem is, and then I eventually fix it. So the story of the rubber duck is something that I worked as a senior at a hospital at once, and there was a junior, and he would run into my office every time asking all kinds of questions. And at some point I just put a rubber duck on my desk, and I told him, okay, any problem you have, explain it to the rubber duck, that even a rubber duck would know what the problem is. And then in mid-sentence, he would just leave my office because he knew what to do without asking me.
So,
yeah.
So I have the same thing, and I mean, and it isn't him, but it's the cardboard analyst. So someone would say, I've got a problem, and I'd go over to and help them and go to their desk, and then I'd sit down and they go through the problem, and then they'd be telling me, and they go, oh, I've got it, and I wouldn't say a word.
Yeah.
And then I just walk away, and they go, oh, thanks for all that. And I go, no. What you need is a cardboard analyst. You just bring them over, explain, and the process of you articulating the problem out loud, your brain is processing it differently. So talk to Hugh Jackman, and then he will.
So that's why I like streaming, because I talk about what I'm doing and what I'm trying to accomplish, and that helps me. And if people benefit from that, that's a plus.
So I've been doing a couple of videos, and I did consider streaming them, but you've got all those things of like a live demo where you're making mistakes, you're clicking the wrong place, it takes longer. You can't streamline it as if you were doing it like if you recorded, cut out all the bits, cut out all the wait time to make it sort of slick. And that would be my only fear about streaming stuff up, because sometimes you get stuck and you go,
yeah, but I think that's the charm of it. I think that's a good thing. People get stuck at points, and especially if people watch your stream and you are able to fix it, people will actually will be able to prevent that same problem, or be able to fix it a lot faster. So,
well, that reminds me of the you know Buck Woody, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows Buck Woody. I mean,
I know Buck Woody.
he's the legend. I mean, you don't know Buck Woody, but you know of the legend that is.
I was on SQL Cruise with Buck Woody, so I know.
Oh, okay, all right. He's got this famous story where he was doing some stuff on a demo for a presentation, and then he went in doing the presentation, and then he was going through the demo and it failed.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going, oh God, it's failed, I don't know what, he just turned to the audience and went, what's wrong with this? And then someone fixed it for him. And just I mean, the chutzpah of the guy, the guy can pull that off. Think on his feet. I don't think I would be able to do that kind of thing.
Do you follow him on Facebook? Because he puts stuff there that just makes you.
Oh well, I mean, there was something this morning I saw he put up. Well, his morning, which was just kind of, and then I read it out loud to my wife because it's all kind of funny. I mean, he put so much time and effort into stuff. It's untrue. I mean, once I get good at this, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to put any of the people that I talk to like up to now, but you are all preparation for when I feel comfortable to talk to Buck. Once you've talked to Buck, there's nowhere else to go, because it wouldn't be my show; it would be Buck's show.
Yeah, the Buck.
So, Buck, how are you? Start the timer. So, what's your favourite cheese?
Blue cheese.
Any blue cheese or a particular type?
Blue
We're not
Stilton.
sponsored, so you can mention.
I like Blue Stilton, French blue cheeses, Shropshire, those kind of things.
Weird anything? I mean, this was an added bonus that I put on the other day with crackers or on bread. But if it's blue cheese, if it's slightly spreadable,
just with a whiskey.
Just with whiskey. What instead of ice? You have blue cheese and whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes all sorts.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the MVP quiz.
Oh.
So you are an MVP, as some people may or may not know. How long have you been an MVP for?
More than I'm up for renewal. I think a year and a half, something like that, because I was awarded somewhere in October. They it takes about a year and a half, so I think it's been a year and a half now. So I'm up for renewal for the July. So hopefully I did enough.
So what I'm not seeing in your office, I see buckets, I see plants. I don't see your MVP award, because I've talked to someone else and they got it pride of place. Are we going to see it now?
It's up there.
Oh, I see. All right.
You see it?
Yep. Yeah, I can just. Is that a baseball in front of it? Yep.
Yeah, I used to play baseball, so I used to do that.
Sorry, I just had to make you do that. All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I hope I'm ready.
This is a bit bizarre. I'm sort of coming out of you can't see this, but I'm sort of coming out. I'm in a little frame and I'm sort of popping out. What does MVP stand for?
Most valuable professional.
Okay. Is it true you've got Bill Gates' phone number?
Oh, he's on speed dial.
He's on speed. What about his fax number?
No, he doesn't use fax. He uses Skype.
He uses Skype, does he? I thought he might use Link. Is there a secret?
ICQ.
ICQ. I remember I set up an ICQ server once. Sorry. Is there a secret handshake?
Not sure. I haven't.
Is there? Don't fob me off.
No.
All right.
Maybe just a wave.
Not that you've been given. All right.
No.
All right. Who's the shortest MVP?
Maybe me. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'8".
Okay, it's not that small, is it? All right. Who's the tallest?
Who's the tallest? I want to know. I don't know.
Right. If all the MVPs were on a desert island.
Yeah. Oh, that would not be a good idea.
That's it. Okay. And can you sneak me into the next MVP summit?
No.
Oh. Please?
No. I don't want to lose my MVP status.
No.
We all know the stories.
Well, we don't, do we? I mean, please share. Or can you not even share the stories?
Oh, I wasn't an MVP. I was just an MVP, and I think somebody told me a story about someone live streaming the very first session of MVP Summit with his phone very first session of MVP Summit, and he was streaming. He got walked out the building, and he lost his MVP status for.
Was that
forever.
a new? I mean, I don't need to know who it was, but was that a new MVP? Because if it's like any of the events that I've been to, there are big signs before each session, and there are slides saying "Don't share anything. This is all NDA."
I don't think he was new, but I think his defense was that he was sharing it with other MVPs. But still, that is the dumbest thing you can do. There's like signs everywhere saying, "Don't use your phone. Don't make any photographs." You can make notes, but still, those notes should not be made public.
Well, it's that.
We will.
It's that contract apparently that you all sign in blood.
Yeah. Yeah. You get a special pen you have to put in your hand and then sign it.
Are you telling us? I mean, I didn't even know you're allowed to tell us that. Now you're letting secrets out. How many beers have you had? Maybe we should do this.
This is my first one.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should wait till you've had a few more. All right. So, in honour of Richard Herring and his emergency questions, and which I have bought. Just this isn't one I've stolen. Just I've even got the receipt just to prove it, just in case. And actually tonight, I think Richard at the moment is doing a live Relahestapa. For those who are fans, sorry, he's a comic god. But so he's got this book of emergency questions. If you pick a number between 1 and 1001. I'll read it out, and for those that have got the book at home, they can play along too. So they can go out and buy the book and play along. It's fine. So 1 and 1001.
42.
Oh, okay, which is a good number.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna have to note which numbers, or maybe even write in the book if someone's done it. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. So. If you're not familiar with Richard, he reads them out he does an interview and he put these together and sometimes reads them out. So the cheese question is his, and so 42. Have you ever tried sushi?
Yeah, love it.
Is there a particular place you like to eat sushi from, or do you make it at home? Or
I made it a couple times, so it's not that hard to do. And there are a couple of good places in The Hague or in Rotterdam that have good sushi places. So, yeah.
Okay. So, I was going to ask, are you speaking at any of the virtual conferences that are coming up over the next?
I submitted sessions to the virtual conferences.
So, which ones?
So, the Data Weekender.
Yeah.
I submitted to that. I am doing a pre-con in Oslo, which will probably be virtual too.
What, a whole day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting. So we're preparing for that. And I don't know if I'm not sure about any other.
Was it a KB?
Oh, that's way out of my league.
Really? All right.
I'm not into. I know the internals and I can figure stuff out, but there are people that know way more than I do about the internals than I do.
Right. Is that just because your skill set is around PowerShell? Pod?
Yeah, PowerShell, maybe some performance tuning. I did. More automation kind of things.
Okay. Right. But you do dabble in the data world.
Yeah.
You've got your toes in.
Yeah, I know how to do corruption fixes and all those kind of things. I have to look them up, how to attack them, but I know how to handle it. And
I wouldn't remember how to do, kind of page restores and stuff. I haven't
Oh,
needed to know that for years and years.
I did that like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, I did. We acquired a new. So my company consists of a bunch of laboratories who do soil, water, and plant sampling. So we bought another lab, and they had a corrupt database, and I had to fix that.
What, running on SQL 6.5 or something a bit newer?
No, fortunately, it was 2008, so I could
Wicked.
do some more things than normally. So.
Isn't that out of support? Something?
Yeah. Oh, it had not been updated for 7 years, something like that. So.
No service packs. Probably what,
No.
RTM?
Yeah, it was an RTM version, so that was fun. Apparently, the corruption was there for at least 6 months or something like that. So.
Well, I mean, they did well to carry on with it being corrupted, then, didn't they? I mean,
Yeah. It would have been easier if it was just a one-day corruption, but.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it could have been awful. I mean, there's the corruption horror stories of taking longer to corrupt it and the company goes out of business because
Yeah.
it's taking too long to restore all the backups. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't an option if it's been there for 6 months.
Oh, they didn't do DBCC checks or anything like that, so
They
they
did back
didn't.
it up though. Maybe.
Yeah, but you can back up corruptions
Yeah.
without any problems, and as long as you don't verify anything, then you can do full backups. You will just back up the corruption.
Well, yeah. What's the whole thing about testing your restores?
Yeah.
Why did they test it?
Why would you test your restores?
I mean, you're never going to need them.
No.
I mean, why have insurance policies? Because nothing ever goes wrong, does it? Global pandemics. Who knew? Oh, wait a minute.
There are no tools out there that make this really easy.
Yeah. So, are you sponsored by anyone? By any chance? I'm not, so you can't mention it. Of course you can. I don't care.
I think somebody sponsors me on GitHub sponsors.
Oh, really?
I think it's who was it? No Centino? Was it him? Never remember his actual name. This is really bad.
That's all right. I mean, we're just watching someone use a computer.
Yeah. There it is. You all. Yeah, No Centino.
Is that
Anthony? Anthony No Centino.
Yeah. So
he's sponsoring me.
Oh.
So thank you.
Well, I've reached out to him because he was nominated by Ben.
Okay.
Which is a perfect segue. I mean, it's almost like we planned it. I mean, we didn't, but it could have been planned.
Oh.
Because that's my final question. So, who would you nominate to talk to me next?
Who would I nominate?
Doesn't have to. We can go outside the SQL Server data world. I can talk to real humans. I don't like to. I mean,
who would I nominate? Does it have to be an MVP?
No, it doesn't have to be. No, I mean, I have got like 8 questions for MVPs. I'm trying to write more questions, so there's a few people that I've asked and have been nominated. So I think Alex Whittles we're doing a after 5 p.m. or after wine o'clock, which I think
after wine o'clock,
which I think must be 5 past 5 for Alex. That's Friday. Talking to Michael Robson tomorrow. I can find out. I've asked a few other people.
I think I'm kind of.
You see, this is where I probably should have prepped you in advance.
No, that doesn't matter because I would do DBA from the cold.
Oh,
You know it?
I'm trying to think of his first name.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm waiting. You
So
know him.
he's the Welsh
It
guy.
begins with an A. Andrew
Pesky.
Yeah.
He's Welsh, works in Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Andrew.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
doing
the
8 kb events, so he's organizing that.
Oh yeah, with he's doing that with Anthony, so they're organising that together.
Yeah. So that will be a fun session.
Actually, and he promised, and I bring this up. He promised that. I mean, obviously he can't promise, but he did promise, and it might have been a drunken promise that he forgot about. That if I submitted a session for his event, and I did it in a certain way. I'll be a bit cryptic about it. I did a joint session, effectively, with a friend of mine. He would let us do it together, but it didn't happen. So I will pick him up on that. So I'll see when he's available. And thank you very much for your time. It's been fun chatting.
Yeah.
And if you ping me the links for your Twitch channel and stuff, then if anyone's interested, they can get on and they can find out. And I'll put your your Twitter handle and stuff, any contact details in the YouTube link when I put this up on the YouTubes. Cool. And it'll also go out as a podcast, which is available now on kind of several platforms. I'm still waiting for it to come through on Apple. Come on, Apple. Come on, accept it. Not that I value Apple.
Who cares about Apple, right?
It's how I judge my life.
I don't care about Apple.
You don't care about Apple?
No, I've gone away from Apple.
I mean, what time?
You've got the smartwatch, the Apple Watch.
Yeah, and the Apple, the phone, and the. I'll just check it on my. I haven't got much Apple kit.
No.
It's good stuff. It's good kit. Although after 7 years, the battery is dying in my it's starting to die in my Mac.
I just don't like Apple's policies on how stuff, how their repairs are being handled and how much that actually costs compared to what actually would cost. What the cost will be for the repair, because they will say, okay, it costs you about 800, and then you go to some kind of some kind of repair shop, and they say they can do it for $80, and they just remove a chip and then replace it, and it's fine. And they want to remove the entire motherboard, which doesn't make any sense. So.
No, I mean it's all standardized, so they'll replace large segments, and their stuff is I find there's generally their stuff is really good, and the hardware is really good, and I can't moan about if I've got a laptop and it's 7 years old and it still runs and I still use it daily. It was expensive, and so you're you use OBS. Have you seen Brent's latest update to his kit? Brent puts.
No. Yeah.
So he puts up like the kit that he's using for streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've stolen any of his ideas. I mean, but I was inspired, shall we say?
I will look into that one.
So I was looking at what Brent had and Scott Hanselman. So that was part of this setup is based upon Scott Hanselman, and Brent uses the green screen and stuff which is a
Oh yeah.
which is a
I need
pain in the
the-
bottom to set up.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, it's really easy to set up and do in OBS. It's a couple of clicks. Lighting the bugger, that's the problem. So, I mean, I'm wearing the wrong shirt, but it's lighting it is a nightmare. I've got a separate light up here that lights one side of it, and if I haven't got it right, then the other side is dark, and the effect is awful.
Okay.
But Brent's got he had a Mac Pro with, I can't remember, 12 cores, 90 something gig of RAM, and just for fun, I priced it up on the Apple site.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an expensive bit of kit, and he's just upgraded it. So, I mean, but I can hear this, but I'm on an old Lenovo laptop, and I can hear the fan going, and he has his running under his desk, and it's making no noise at all. So, if you're really being really professional about it, you want to make sure that all that is gone.
I bought a good mic and a better webcam, so that kind of to make the streaming a bit better. Because I used my laptop webcam at some point, and this little mic, which didn't work. It's just awful. And
So I'm using an old, I think it was called a LifeCam, Microsoft camera, and that's 1080p, and it's pretty good. It's all right. I like, if you see the Scott Hanselman setup, what he's got a Sony camera, not a webcam, but it's streamed in, so he's streaming in HDMI off the camera. It's a bit more faff to set up, but that would be nicer. You get a better image.
Yeah, I've got the Logitech C922 Pro webcam, which is a 1080p, and I've got the Blue Yeti X microphone.
Yeah, I don't use this because of the background noise. That's why it's not. And it was on a boom. It was on a stand, which is why it's lying around. So I'm using a mic with noise cancelling built in to try and get over some of the limitations of the kit. But there's no point spending uber amounts of money because this is just what I had lying around.
Yeah. So I kind of bought this because partially because GitHub sponsored a bit, and some other sponsors and then I thought, like, okay, if I'm going to use that money, let's just use it for something like this that actually improves my streaming, and other people can benefit from that. So
yeah, all right. So it might be fun to actually swap some notes, because this laptop fan is driving me potty. Maybe if I put it under the desk.
Hear it.
Can you? Oh,
yeah.
So what I have done for the podcast is I've gone through and I've reduced the noise down and taken it out. Maybe I need to do a bit more work on that. Well, thank you for your time. And actually, I didn't mean to then ramble on about kit and other stuff.
No, it was fun.
And I will see you at the next virtual event or the next physical event, maybe Sequel Bits if you're going.
I'm going to go to Sequel Bits. I'm actually doing a couple sessions there. So
okay.
I'm doing one on Thursday, one on Friday, and one on Saturday. So 2 are joint sessions with other speakers, and 1 is my own. So
you're going to be busy then.
I'm going to be busy. Yeah.
And attending. You go see sessions.
Yeah, I'm going to be attending sessions, definitely. So I'm going to be there, not for the training days, but all the other days.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to maybe turn up, Wednesday night. I think the idea, maybe there'll be a big user, plan previously was big user group Wednesday night, and then Thursday night's pub quiz, Friday night party, and then Saturday is, just whatever it is, and then Sunday go home. But to be honest, who knows? Because the venue is being used as a hospital at the moment.
Yeah, it is. So, but yeah, they moved it to September.
Yeah, that was before it's become a Nightingale ward. So, who knows what's going to happen? The plan was to have a chat with Simon Sabin and see whether he wants to talk about it. But I need to reach out and talk and ask him on. So I might do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll let you get off to your lovely family. And I'm sure mine want to do something.
Yeah.
There's still a few hours of the evening left.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. All right. Take care. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Now, our professional. Oh, he's left me again.